Good morning, MMCers. How we all doing today? So I just got back from a fantastic vacation down in Connecticut and also a little bit in the northern state of Vermont. So it was very relaxing, full of beach bumming, taco eating, and ice cream. So it was a good time. I also got a couple workouts in, so don't worry. I did a couple bro workouts while I was there. I also don't want to brag, but I saw my first moose in my entire life. And some of you are probably thinking, now Josh, tell me how big was this moose that you saw? And let me tell you how big this moose was. I could have drove my car underneath this moose. That's how big it was. So that's how big that moose was. If you guys were wondering, that's what happened to me. Also this weekend, I got to partake in a wedding, a festive time full of merriments, where they had tiny tacos. They also had cheeses and meatballs. And more importantly, and most excitingly, was the open bar. So that was very, very nice that they offered that. A nice surprise. So, especially on a day where I forgot my wallet. So it turned out to be a win-win for both me and for the people at the wedding could also enjoy intoxicated Josh. So that was fun. That was a good time. Before I get too far, let's introduce our coffee for the week. I didn't get a chance to go shopping, so we're going to do a re-review of a coffee that I did last week. So if you missed last week, it's going to be the same coffee, but I also did remember that I put milk in last week's coffee, and that's probably why it tasted a lot like nothing. Just to recap, so this week we have Wicked Joe Organic Fair Trade Bella Mary, or Mara, I don't know. It's a medium roast. It's lush, sweet, and fragrant. So we're going to try this again. As party favors, I got this really, really nice, sweet, blue-ish mug. If you can see, it was at the Inn at Round Barn Farm. So if you are looking for a wedding venue, give them a check out at the Round Barn Farm. So do that as well. 2 plugs at once. So let's try this. Got some coffee on the table. Don't want to ruin it. Let me try this one more time. Okay, not bad at all, actually. I don't know what the hell lush means or sweet with this coffee. It is slightly bitter, but not a bad bitter. It's smooth, but I do get that floral fragrant. If that's what they meant by fragrant, probably not. But I feel like there was an F there, and so I just put floral and fragrant together. But I get kind of like this flowery taste from it. So it's not bad. I probably won't buy it again. But again, I put that as that mid-level shelf coffee. It's not blowing my taste buds away, but it's not making me regret drinking it. So yeah, still riding the fence on this one. But so I don't have a whole lot of time to wrap this up. So while I was at the wedding, I had the ability to have a conversation about at the table, like, what do you do? And I was like, well, I'm a coach. I work with youth athletes and weight loss. And people were like, oh, let me ask you some questions. And it's funny because you sit and you listen to these people's stories and where they're at. And you realize, and after I came away from these conversations, I felt the biggest thing was whatever I ended up saying to them about what they probably should do, there was a very, very low chance that they were going to go home and actually do anything about it. Most likely, they're going to go back. They're like, oh, that was useful information, and do nothing with it. And that's kind of a bummer. Because you gave them valuable information. A lot of times they're like, oh yeah, that is common sense, because it is. I don't have anything else to say other than common sense, because it works so well. And it got me thinking to actually a conversation I had a little while back with one of my fellow coaches and colleagues, Trentonberg, and saying that he got away from telling people things and like telling like you should do this, you should do that, and more just saying, asking another question on that and saying, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to change? So after you've heard a story, or you for yourself go over somebody else's story, I mean your own story in your head, like this is why I'm here. These are the hurdles that I have to go through in my life. Like this is why I can't get enough sleep. This is why I eat this way. And you go through and know that, okay, this is how I know I should eat. Why am I not able to do that? And what is one thing that you are willing to change to get you closer to where you feel that you need to be? And I think that's a better question to ask, is asking yourself, what do you feel you can change? Or what are you willing to change? I think starting there is a much better place than asking for all this information where it may be really good information, but you're just not ready or at that point to make that change, or it's just too big and you really need to chunk that down a little bit to a place where you can actually accomplish that. And so that's what I came away with after 3 or 4 drinks and talking to these fine couple. And so hopefully that is helpful to you. Again, I will see you guys next Monday. Hope you guys are energized, recharged, and ready to go. And again, please leave your comments and questions down below. Shoot me an email at josh@williamstrainingsystem. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And again, please check out my website at williamstrainingsystems.com and have a fantastic day. Adios.